And Lacey Lane is calling again. And now I have Lacey Lane on the air right now. How's it going?
Hi. Hey.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for being on the show this evening. I appreciate it.
No problem. I'm glad that you have me. Oh.
And apologies for the slip, if you will. You're calling through my Skype, and every time when someone calls me, I click the answer, and then it just ends the call before I even get you on. So Skype is let's just say it's a bit bipolar, if you know what I mean.
A pain in the butt. I understand.
Yeah. So very excited to have you on. So, what made you decide to become a wrestler?
I actually played college basketball, and after my time, after we won the nationals, that was like my final goal, was to be a national champion for collegiate basketball. And I thought that it was on to my next goal, something high impact and something that would still be active. And I found wrestling, and the second I stepped in the ring, I fell in love with it.
So, from my understanding, you train at Team 3D Academy.
I did train there, yes.
So that is the Dudley Boys training area.
It is.
So, what was it like getting a chance to train there, and how often did you see Bubba and Devon through your time there?
I trained there, I trained there maybe 3 to 4 times a week, and I saw Bubba and Devon almost every week. Not Bubba so much because he was preparing for the school up north, but Devon was there almost pretty much on a weekly basis, unless he was with WWE on the road or something like that, and in Europe or somewhere along those lines, and he couldn't make it to school. But training there just was an absolute just eye-opener, because they teach you so much, and there's so much details about the business that you have to know. And with them being there, they share their knowledge, and they really take the time to break things down to you and make you really understand what wrestling is about, not just what you see on TV.
So of all the things that they have told you and those who have trained, what's the one thing that stood out to you the most, and that's something that you are going to take with you towards your career?
Always stay humble. Always work hard, and never expect anything to be handed to you. They teach us very strongly how to handle yourself in the business as well in life, and that's something that carries you a long way. Me being only a part of this business for a year and a half, maybe a little bit more, like I've experienced a lot of things where that's kept me sane and in positive notes, and just gotten me to the point where I need to be.
Now, how would you best describe your character for those who haven't got a chance to see it, whether in person or through the video, the wrestling events and things like that? How would you best describe your character?
Well, some people, when they look at me, they think automatically Mortal Kombat, but I don't associate with that. I more see myself as a huntress / assassin, somebody, just a being of the night, just someone who tames beasts, who fights for what she believes in, and is just really one of those mysterious characters.
I like the sound of that. I like the unique feel to these type of characters, and unpredictable that they can be. So it's very appealing, and it's something that I take joy of watching. And you never know what's going to happen when you step in the ring with Lacey Lane. So brace yourselves, future competitors. That's all I'll say. Was there anyone in particular that influenced you? Who do you consider your influences, idols that inspired that you are today?
Well, growing up, I watched, Lita and Sable and China and those strong women. And I also really associate myself really highly with Jazz and Jacqueline, just strong women that just love to get rough and be with the dudes. Because that's how I look at myself. I feel like I'm like, like part dude. So like watching them and, one of my favorite matches, watching Jazz and Bubba Ray throw down was a great time for me because, it just shows you that I believe in like, not equality, but I just do think that women can really do whatever men can do or just be as good. So, those are some of my influences growing up.
Now, as far as, women wrestling, it's definitely have grown and has evolved throughout the years. There's Shine Wrestling, there's Shimmer, there's WSU, and then, of course, Impact has had its Knockouts division that's been holding it down for many, many years. Ring of Honor has recently built their woman division, Women of Honor. Of course, WWE had their ups and downs, if you will, and now this Woman Revolution comes in, led by the four horsewoman in Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bailey. I tend to forget one of those names from time to time, but WWE is definitely pulling it together. And now they main eventing pay-per-views, they're main eventing Raw and SmackDown, they're main eventing NXT, Hell in a Cell matches. I can quite possibly see them main event WrestleMania down the road. It's definitely possible with this core of talent that they have. Now, for you as a fan and a wrestler, and you see all this going on, how do you feel about the state of women wrestling as it is right now?
I feel like it's an amazing time for women. The rise of women's independent wrestling as well as WWE is an amazing time to be a part of that. I'm really excited for what it holds and what more barriers that they're going to break and just seeing what it can do, because right now it's just women's time. It's time for them to show that, we can hang with the boys. We can just be just as entertaining. We can, bring a lot more to the table than what people are used to expecting, So that's what I believe right now.
So how do you feel about the Mae Young Classic, and is there anyone out there that stands out to you, someone that you're rooting for per se?
I think the Mae Young Classic was amazing, and to be even considered to be a part of that was a big honor for me in the state that how young I was. But certain things happened, and that wasn't capable. But a lot of my friends and a lot of amazing women that I've met over time were a part of that, and Tessa Blanchard and Renee Michelle and Alpha Female and a lot of these girls that I've seen, just are amazing women and bring new styles, new presence, new blood, to the ring, and they're just exciting to watch.
I'm happy for this tournament. It just takes the next step of evolving this revolution, if you will. And I've interviewed 4 women from that tournament that's going to be in the tournament. Sarah Logan, Crazy Mary Dawson, Abby Leif, Norris Kimberly.
Oh, yes, Kimberly, yes.
Yeah,
one of my favorites, too.
I definitely love Kimberly. She's extraordinarily talented. I've seen her wrestle before in person, and I met her. She's a sweetheart. Marty Bell, representing for the Dominicans out there. And shout out to her. That was the 4th person. I forgot at the top of my head, but I'm looking forward to it. And I know people have been wondering what the bracket's gonna look like and things like that. That bracket's actually gonna be revealed this Sunday after SummerSlam.
No matter what, I believe that's gonna be insane. No matter who they put against each other, it's gonna be a big competition, because I know all these women know they have big shoes to fill, so I know it's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah, definitely big shoes to fill when, you consider that this tournament is named after the great Mae Young. Now,
Oh yes, definitely.
a lot of us got to see her late in her life for the comic relief and things like that, and Mark Henry, which I thought that was quite hilarious. But a lot of people, old school, got to see her in her prime, and she contribute as well as Fabulous Moolah and Lainey Richter, and the late wrestling as well. We talking pioneers, and to see this generation of women wrestlers like yourself continue that tradition, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, some good ones.
So as far as you, what are some upcoming matches you got coming up that people need to check out?
Wait, hey, Kenny, you're breaking up. I can't hear you. What did you say? Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Hello?
Okay.
You were breaking up. What did you say?
Okay. I guess I was asking is, what upcoming matches and shows? What you got coming up that people need to check out?
I have my debut at Roar in Georgia, and then I have Fest coming up in September. So those are two pretty big shows that people want to look out for because they're starting to be put on the map with the consistency and just the high level of wrestlers that they bring in. So I'm really looking forward to those two shows.
Yeah, at War, you're going up against Lucha Underground's Thunder Rosa.
Yes.
And I'm definitely a fan of her. She's very awesome. That's going to be an awesome match, I truly believe. For people that wants to learn more of your, upcoming shows and keep track of what's going on with you, why don't you go ahead and promote your social media links?
Yeah, if you want to follow me on Facebook, I always post my stuff on there. That's Lacey Lane for Facebook, and on Instagram, that's the Lacey Lane on Instagram, and my Twitter is the same as the Lacey Lane. So if you guys want to check out more of my wrestling and my whereabouts and my training and who I'm training with, go ahead and follow me on those social medias.
It was great chatting with you, Lacey. I want to thank you for being on the show. Congrats on everything you've been able to do so far. And with things looking for you, future is definitely bright. And again, thanks for being on the show, and best of luck goes out to you moving forward.
Thank you so much for having me.
You have a great night. Have a great weekend.